Good afternoon, everyone. We are starting in a couple of minutes to allow everyone to log in. I appreciate your patience for a couple of minutes, please. Can you hear me well? Hello, everyone. Welcome to our webinar of Radix Development. I appreciate your patience for a couple of minutes for everyone to log in. We have reached about 150 people attending now. So more are coming. More are coming. I appreciate your patience for 2 minutes. Thank you very much. Oops. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our first webinar at Radix Development. Radix Development is a development company that is very peculiar about developing its people, our clients that have entrusted us over the past 11 years working in Malaysia. My name is Hamid Behairy. I come originally from Alexandria in Egypt. And together with my dear colleagues, Zairo and Jahan, as you know them through the emails and contacting you through emails and through our website, we have started Radix Development in Malaysia with the ultimate goal of really developing our clients to the ultimate goal of being extremely competitive in nowadays market. The topic we are talking about today is Power BI. Power BI is an extremely important topic. Business intelligence is considered nowadays as the most sought after job position worldwide, not as a title of business intelligence, but as a tool that you have as an accountant, as a financial analyst, as an investment analyst, you name it. It exactly just like Excel, for example. Imagine that you come to a job now and I'm interviewing you and you have no idea about Excel, for example. You have no luck. Very, very, very quickly, this is shifting now to business intelligence. So if you don't know business intelligence, you will not be getting the job. And the gap between pen and paper, imagine that you are a master of pen and paper, and there is something called Excel. The same gap between pen and paper and Excel is the same gap between Excel and business intelligence. So you can imagine the huge shift that you have to go through. So you are at the very right time to take yourself to the next level. This webinar definitely is a Kickstarter. It's something that is going to melt the iceberg. What is this topic? Where is it? How we can approach it, etc., etc. Okay. So I want you to start by knowing the importance of what we are talking about using a chart that is that I'm going to share with you now here. I wonder if you can see my screen. So this one is from the World Economic Forum, and this was presented a couple of years ago, and it says the jobs landscape in 2022. The top 10 emerging jobs is data analytics and visualization, which is predominantly business intelligence. And if you see the top 10 declining, data entry, accounting, bookkeeping, admin, assembly, client information, business services, all the accountants and auditors, so that's very scary to us. The current job position that you are taking, if you don't have the business intelligence as part of it, machines are going to replace you 100%. So you have to be careful about your own career. So I talk about one of the most important career topics that is going to shape your life at your corporate career in the coming future. Now, there are different solutions that are providing business intelligence. By far, the best of them is Power BI. So Power BI is a product of Microsoft, and here it stands very well against all of its rivals. The closest is something called Tableau, which is another product, also commercial product, offering the Power BI solution. So this is Microsoft there standing there on top, followed by Tableau. You can see here Salesforce, SAP, IBM, Burst, Oracle, MicroStrategy, all of them, you find companies that are very much in love with them. So I love MicroStrategy so much. Most probably this is because of familiarity. You are familiar with MicroStrategy, so it is the best for you, but you don't know how powerful Power BI is because you never saw it, for example. Okay, so you are talking about the most important topic and the most important and powerful product offering this solution, which is the business intelligence, okay, through the Microsoft Power BI. You know, Microsoft, when they enter into any domain, they want to be the top rivals there. Even though they are not the first to offer this service, Tableau is way older than Power BI, but they, you know, like the running horse that they could win the whole race against all of them. And I want to tell you that Power BI is the only product under Microsoft Office that has a regular monthly update. Regular monthly update to the Power BI. This is phenomenal. Phenomenal, really. Like even people who are insiders, they find it really overwhelming that every month they have this new development. Oh, we can do this now. Oh, we can do this now. So how about an outsider now? So for those who are outside this game, you are losing a lot by not being a part of this game as soon as possible. All right, so let's have a start. What is the story? Why do we need business intelligence? What will happen in Power BI? Let's start. Assume, for example, that your sales this year is 10% higher than last year. Why? Which product resulted in this increase? Oh, this product. Why? Which region resulted? Oh, this region. Why? Which salesman? Oh, this salesman. Why? You can dive in all the way to the transaction level if you want. So that is an ability that's called a drill in and drill up. Drill in and drill up. So forget it that Excel can do the drill in, drill up for you. Excel is not a reporting tool. We are overutilizing Excel. We want Excel to be our database management system and our data warehouse, and we want it to be our data manipulation tool, and we want Excel to be our business intelligence tool and our reporting tool. It's not. Excel was not built for this purpose. Excel is very weak as a reporting tool. Business intelligence is reporting tool done for the sake of reporting. So whatever you need for the sake of reporting, you will find it there in the business intelligence Power BI. Another one. As you are going to see in our discussion there, we are going to have different visuals in our business intelligence, as I'm going to show you now. So these visuals are really amazing, not because of the girly look and the colorful and all of that. No. Because of the analytical side that you have in these ones, they are really magnificent. The analytical side and what you can add there, really fascinating. Okay, so just to show you an idea. So for example, if I am telling you that you have this, what we call the cross-filtering. What's the story of the cross-filtering? If I have a visual, let's say a column chart, all right? And we call it visuals. And we have another visual. This is for the products, product A, product B, product C. Another visual, for example, let's say a pie chart that's talk about our regions, the northern region, the south region, the eastern region, whatever. And then we have another one that's talk about the financial statements, another one, let's say a map, etc. Okay? Listen carefully, please. Whenever you are going to select any item from any visual, the whole dashboard will be talking about this particular item. The whole dashboard will be talking about this item. So what do you mean? You will see that the size of these will shrink to show the sales of product A in the northern region and in the southern region, and they said the financial statements of product A, the map that we said for product A, or the other way around. If I'm going to select, for example, the eastern region, the whole dashboard will be talking about the eastern region. So you will see the sales of these products here shrinking to show the sales of the northern region in this, the financial statement of the northern region, the sales inside this northern region, etc. This is called what? Cross-filtering, that all visuals are talking to each other. So once you are going to select any item from any visual, everywhere inside this dashboard will be talking about this particular item that you're selecting. This is so powerful. Again, forget it that Excel can do something like this. Excel is very poor. Excel is not a reporting tool. Power BI is a reporting tool. Brilliant. Move. Another one. Let's say, for example, Zairo is our CEO, Chief Executive Officer of Radix Development. So imagine that Zairo, for example, he created this report, all right? And he wants to share it with me, with Jahan, with everyone. So Zairo now, who created this report, all right, he wants to send it to me. I want to see it. How can I view this report? I can view my report through my laptop, through my iPad, through my cell phone. So what do you mean by this? If I am in a business meeting in London, for example, I'm not going to call Zairo. Oh, Zairo, I need it. Don't talk to me, damn it. Everything in your laptop, everything in your iPhone. Just open it and you will find it there. So you are going to have the reports inside of your own cell phone from now on. And here is the Power BI there inside your cell phone. Off you go. You can open whatever and you can get whatever reports, whatever, and you are going to have the reports there available for you, and you can start presenting it or showing it, etc., wherever you are around the world, or make a decision accordingly, etc. Okay, another one. Now, business intelligence as a reporting tool, one more time, we would like to say, hey, if the sales increased beyond a certain limit, all right, or decreased below a certain limit, send me a notification immediately. Just like the notification that you get, that you have a notification that you received, for example, a WhatsApp message or an email or Google email, Gmail email, etc. You are going to get a notification from Power BI saying to you, hey, Zairo, the sales increased beyond this limit. Then we can have we can make a decision immediately, etc., etc. It's a reporting tool done for the sake of reporting. Whatever you need from the reporting, you are going to access it here. All right. Another one. The visuals that you are going to see inside the Power BI are unbelievably powerful. Seriously, unbelievably powerful. And these visuals, not only how colorful they are and how beautiful in the presentations, but how analytical they are. The visuals that we have in Excel are still very poor. Even if you are going to have this add-in to add some more visuals here, add some more visuals here, when you are inside the Power BI, you are going to see visuals that are really amazing from the analytical perspective. A lot of things that are there in the company and would like to make decisions accordingly, you are going to not uncover it because there is no analytical tool that can uncover this particular bit, for example. Okay, excellent. And I want to tell you that these visuals, hundreds of visuals, every month they are adding more. So maybe 40 of them every month, another 40 next month, another 50 next month. Unbelievable growth that you're going to see there. And you have to subscribe to the monthly update from Microsoft. And you are going to be amazed with the development that they are going to introduce every single month. That's crazy. All right. Another one is for free. Power BI is for free. Jahan sent you an email with a link to download the Power BI. Some of you might have downloaded it already. The Power BI, my dear friends, you can download it, use it, and create the amazing dashboards 100% for free. The only catch here is when you are starting to share this report. Once you create a report and you want to share it with your management, for example, you must pay $10 a month, 9 point something dollars a month, and your manager also must pay $10 a month. Okay, but this is very manageable cost because not everyone in the accounting department is going to share. We are all going to participate to create, and then one email is going to send this to our management, for example. So how many people are going to send in the company and how many people are going to receive in the company? Still very, very, very manageable cost for your entity, for sure. So you are getting it almost I can even say for free, given the huge benefit that you are getting out of it. But the platform itself, to download it, to use it, to have all the visuals, to create the dashboard, 100% for free. 100% for free. That's amazing. That's really, really great. They want to demolish the market. We want to be the dominant player in the business intelligence. That's how Microsoft is thinking about this whole topic. Okay, lovely. So without further ado, go ahead, show us an example. We want to see an example how the Power BI looks like. We would like to start getting the pulse of how we can start using something like this. Okay, so we have an example here that I use in my training program. We have a program for the Power Pivot and the Power BI for 5 days training. And this program, we are going to run the next one, I think, on the 3rd of August, the next program that we are going to be running for our clients. So I use this in the first exercise in order for us to show the Power BI, but I go through something before the Power BI called Power Pivot. I'm not going to touch it here at all. The necessary step of jumping to the Power Pivot before you jump to the Power BI is to fully understand something called DAX, data analysis expression. And these DAX or data analysis expression, my dear friends, this is the difference between somebody who is scratching the surface or somebody who is using it to its full potential. Seriously. These are set of functions that Microsoft created to be utilized inside the Power Pivot and Power BI. Power Pivot is still in Excel. Power BI is a completely standalone product. I can show it to you here. As you can see, the Power BI, this is called Power BI. This is a completely standalone product. It's not Excel. It's not even part of the Office. It's a completely standalone product. Okay. Power Pivot is still in our beloved area of Excel. So you are going to understand the DAX in your own comfort zone, which is Excel. If I'm going to start the Power BI, there are a lot of new things that you have to master. A lot. So as if you are in a wrestling match and you are wrestling with 5-6 people at the same time. People get lost. Seriously, people get lost because of everything is new. We haven't seen all of this. But so what I wanted to do by introducing the Power Pivot first is to kill the DAX, to kill the relations and the types of the relations and the conditions of the relations and all this story, cleansing your data of the company, because in our program, candidates, they have to run 2 full case studies. They have to create 2 dashboards. So these 2 dashboards, one of them in Power Pivot and then the other one is in the Power BI. The first one in the Power Pivot and the Power BI using your own company data. So the fact that you are cleansing your data to be in a form that you can start integrating and showing the results is a very, very critical step. And then a lot of other details, but predominantly the DAX. You have to understand the DAX inside the Power Pivot. If I'm going to start the Power BI, you are going to make you are going to make the same mistake that everyone is doing. You will introduce everything about the Power BI, and you come at the end and you say, what? Introduction to DAX. Introduction to DAX at the very end, which is like, this drives me nuts. Seriously. Even if I go to Microsoft here and I go to powerbi.com, I will show you, then we are going to start the example immediately. If I go to powerbi.com and I start showing you where are they presenting the DAX, when they are, there is learning platform and there is guided learning, how you can learn Power BI, for example, guided learning yourself. I want to show you where is the DAX coming. You believe me? Introduction to DAX coming where? At the very, 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 very far end. This is for me like a nightmare. This is ridiculous. Seriously, I can say the word ridiculous. You cannot talk about all of this and you come to the end and say introduction to DAX. People will not use it. That's why you find a lot of people watching a couple of YouTube videos about Power BI, then they will end up saying, but it doesn't really give me what I want. And you surrender and you go back to Excel. Tons of people have done this in their career. Tons of them because of DAX. And I will just give you an introduction about what DAX is and why is it going to be important in our discussion. So that's why in our training, we jump to Power Pivot to kill all of these, which are already part of the Power BI. So we didn't lose time. We need the DAX, we need the relations, we need the columns, we need the tables, we need all of this. And cleansing data, we need it all inside the Power BI. So I jumped in the Power Pivot first, finish it off, and then go to the Power BI. So inside the Power BI, we have them all killed. Then, okay, what's new now? Oh, okay. I'm a master already. So you are going to create a report, a dashboard using your own company data during the course. So I can say now the thousands of people who took this course in different countries around the world, from as far as Malaysia all the way to Los Angeles in the US. So the thousands of people who took this course, after they finish the training, they go straight to their company and they already have a solution and they just need to build it. Because I don't trust you after the course that you will start the implementation. No. You will start implementing in front of my eyes. And then after that, you are just going to continue. Okay, so that's why my concept, why we start with Power Pivot and Power BI. Very, very, very rarely you find anyone doing it like this. Seriously, I'm not saying that we are arrogant or something. No, but this is what we have perceived, how the people really get the full benefit of this tool. Okay, so let's have a start with the example, guys. Here is the example that we are going to utilize in this exercise. Okay, full attention, please. Here is the example. We have a company that sells a number of products, biscuits, chocolates, dry fruits, drinks, different products. And every product, we give it an ID. So we have product 1, the name is Tea Time Cookies, the category is biscuits, selling for $20, and it's a small shelf product. The shelf size, small, medium, large size. Just information about our products. What is the product name? What is the product category? How much is the price? What is the shelf size? information about our products. And how many products we have in this company? We have in this company a total of 74 different products. Okay, brilliant. You have 74 different products inside this company. This is in the form of a table. Control T, insert table. Okay, this is in the form of a table already. Okay, and this table here, we called it here what? We call it here products. So any data that you have, when you go Control T or insert table, it transforms to the form of a table. This table, we can give it a name. Very important to give your tables a name before you start uploading them into the Power BI. Okay, that's the first one. Second, stores. We are selling these products in the following stores, guys. We have store number 1, that's in Arizona. The state code is AZ. The city is Phoenix. The zip code where it's located. Does it have parking or no parking? Is there self-checkout or no self-checkout? So, self-checkout, you can pay yourself and go. Or not? Is there cash accepted or only cards are accepted inside the store? Information about your what? About your stores. Does it have parking, no parking, self-checkout, which state, which city, what's the zip code, etc., etc. And we have how many stores? 15 different stores. And as you can see, we have products and we have stores. And these two gentlemen cannot come together. How the hell will it look like when you put them together? This is talk about products, product 1, product 2, product 3. This is stores 1, store 2, store 2, store 4. So you have to agree that we are living in a world where we have data in different ranges. And the power of the Power BI is that it will take all of these ranges together, put them in a pot, mix them, and produce results that you wouldn't even think that these results were possible before. All right? Brilliant. Excellent. So we have now 2 ranges, one about the product and the other one about our stores. We have a third one. And again, we have what, guys? This is in the form of a table, and we call this table what here? Stores. Okay, brilliant. Move. The third table we have is called customers. So we have now customer 1, his name is Mr. Abdul, gender, male or a female. Marital status, is he single, married or divorced? Does he have kids or no kids? What is his age, education, zip code, and the store that he is, the nearest store to his location. As you can see, we have a third range. Talk about something completely different. Which customer, what is the education, what's the age, what is the gender, male or a female, marital status, etc., etc. Okay? So we are talking now about 3 of them. Then we have something called what? Calendar. This calendar, you have no idea how much it will be powerful in using a lot of time DAX functions. Just to give you a hint, I'm not going to do them here, but just to give you a hint. I need a measure that can get me year-to-date, automatically, straight, for anything. So if you talk sales, year-to-date sales, salaries expense, year-to-date salaries expense, rent, year-to-date rent, for example. So we have a DAX that can get you this year-to-date called total YTD, for example. Okay, total QTD, quarter to date, total MTD, month to date. I need the same revenue but last year. The same revenue but last year, for example. So I want something automatically to go back 1 year whenever I ask for it. I don't do all of the crap that you are doing in your Excel spreadsheets, and you have this formula, and you get it there, and you spend 3-4 days until you get the report. You will get fired very, very soon. If you think that you are very gentle and you have a tie and you go to the office and all what you are doing in the office is a bunch of Excel spreadsheets that you are going to clean and fill some data and produce reports, you will get fired in maximum couple of years by 2022. Wallahi al-azim, I am not joking. Like, take it as a threat and take it as an opportunity. As a threat, an threat that guys, what I am doing now is going to be replaced by click of a button. If somebody's sitting next to me and he can do the Power BI, like the people in PMB, we trained how many people, Zairo, in PMB for Power BI? Nothing less than 200 people or something like this. Wallahi, I lost the count. 150, 200 people at least in PMB in Malaysia. So PMB now, if you are in a department and you don't know Power BI, you are disadvantaged. I believe that there are a couple of people in PMB, and when we come to the questions and answers, they can give us their remarks about their colleagues who know Power BI, and you are sitting next to them and you can see the magic that they are doing, and you are still crunching some numbers in your Excel reports, and with a click of a button that they do, all the reports have reached their management in their cell phones, in laptops, in iPads, etc., etc. Okay. So many of these DAX functions, you are going to require this calendar table. Not talk about sales, not talk about products, not talk about stores, just calendar. On this day, this day, this day, what is the day number, what's the month number, what's the year number, what's the weekday, so that you can have part of your analysis. We noticed that most of our orders, we receive them on Wednesday, for example. So this is the day that we have to be very careful. Nobody will take vacation on this day, something like that. And then the year, etc. Plus all what you need for the time DAX functions, as I told you. So tons of time DAX functions will not be possible if you don't have this time DAX calendar, I mean. Okay, then we have the big guy now, what we call the secondary table now. What do you mean by this? On the 1st of January 2011, we sold product 20 in store number 7 by customer number 556, and he bought 6 pieces from us. If you understand what's happening here, guys, this table is linked to the other tables. What do you mean by this? If I tell you that we sold product 20, for example, how can I find everything about this product 20 in my relationship with the product ID with the product ID? So I can tell you straight that I can go to the dimensions now here, and in this product 20, I can find everything about this product. It's donuts in a box. It's a type of cakes selling for $7. It's a small shell product. Okay, brilliant. If I tell you, for example, we sold it in store number 7, based on my relationship with the store, I can find out everything about the store. So if I come here and I check here, what's that store 7? It is in Massachusetts, it's in Boston. Do we have parking, no parking, self-checkout, etc.? It is by customer number 556. Based on my relationship with the customers, I can find out everything about this customer. Is he married, single, divorced? Does he have kids, no kids, education, etc., etc., based on my relationship with the customer ID with the customer ID. So looks like we are interrelated. All of these tables are related to each other. So how the picture looks like now for us? The picture looks exactly something like this now. So we have here the sales, which is connected now to other tables now, which is products, stores, customers, and dates. All right. So, and the relationships, you know, product ID, store ID, customer ID, and date with the date. All right. So these are the relationships that we have between the tables. What do you see in front of your eyes now? What you see in front of your eyes here is something called database management system. Repeat, database management system. What do you mean by database management system? Listen to me. One of the privilege that being a manager is that you can ask any crap question. So your manager will come to you, hey, I want you to tell me how much is the sales of biscuits in the stores having parking versus no parking, sold to the customers who are single, married, or divorced. Give it to me. Huh? Give it to me. I need this one in 5 minutes in front of my desk. If you understand this question, it's not coming from one range. It's coming from 4 ranges. Sales of biscuits in the stores, parking or parking, sold to the customers who are single, married, or divorced. Give it to us. If you understand this, it's coming from 4 different ranges, all right, or 5 different ranges, including the dates in this particular month of this particular year, for example. Okay? So 5 different ranges coming together, asking you to get this data. This crap question from your management is called query. Query. So what is a database management system now? Exactly what you see in front of your eyes. A database management system means tables, relations, queries. Repeat. Tables, relations, queries. Tables, relations, queries. Tables, relations, queries. That's a database management system. Is this new? No, it's old. It's actually very old. Even Microsoft Office itself has a database management system called Access. But I'm asking you now, how many of you is using Access religiously? Religiously. Maybe 1%, 2% of the whole number of people here are using Access religiously. And that is bothering Microsoft a lot, because they see the huge growth of data all over the world, and you guys are not fond of Access, you are fond of Excel. You want to remain with Excel forever. You don't want to use any other solution. You don't want to use Access. You don't want to use any database management system. And Excel is very poor as a database management system. Excel cannot handle tables, relations, queries. Excel is not built for that purpose. Okay? But business intelligence is built for this exact purpose. Putting tables together, creating the relationships, asking any query that your management would like to have. Okay? Brilliant. Excellent. So you understand how the feel and look of this exercise. Now, please tell us how we can proceed. So the first step, if your data is coming from Excel, Excel must be closed. Excel must be closed. So if your data is coming from Excel. So if you are inside the Power BI now, as we are going to introduce a couple of bits here and there for you to understand and have just a hug of what is this one talking about, so that I can remove the iceberg of fear between you and the Power BI. Wallahi, wallahi, wallahi. Yes, we have the intention of having a very successful course. But I'm saying again, wallahi, the main intention for us is to spread this knowledge, not only to run our courses. All right, alhamdulillah, we are very popular in the market, and we are always fully occupied, and we don't have weeks actually to offer easily to our clients. Even like PMB can contact Jahan fighting for a week. So yes, we are promoting our courses, but the main intention behind this webinar is for you to melt this iceberg of fear, so that many of you is going to have this as a self-ride journey, that he's going to do it himself. If we are doing this for these people, we will be very happy that we are a proper development company. We are developing our clients and our entrusted clients in the region where we are. Okay, carry on with me, please, guys. First step for us now, once we start with Power BI, is to get the data. Get the data now. Where is the data setting? The data now is sitting in Excel. I'm not happy with this. I want to receive the data from any source. From any source. So you will be thoroughly surprised how thorough this get data is. So if I click on get data, you can get the data from literally anywhere. If your data is in Excel, we can bring. Even if it is in a PDF, we can bring it if it is in the form of a table. SharePoint, SQL, IPM, HANA, Azure, Impala, wherever the data is. Even the data is in LinkedIn. The data is in Facebook. You understand how powerful these things are. Wherever the data, we can bring it. And they can all come in the same spot here for us, which is the Power BI. Some of the ranges can come from Excel. Some of the ranges can come from SAP. Some of the ranges can come from the cloud. Some of the ranges can come from SQL, from Access, from Impala, from Facebook, from LinkedIn. And you can put them all together, mix and produce results that you wouldn't even think that these are existing in our company, for example. Okay, cool. So our data is in Excel, as we said. So if I am going to come there to Excel, and I'm going to connect to Excel, so it is here. Here it is, example data. So it will understand the data structure there, and will get you the tables that we need, which is the customers, the products, the stores, the dates, and the fact sales. Here is the customers, here is the dates, here is the products, here is the stores, and the fact sales. I don't need these and the fact sales. I don't need these. These are just sheets. These are sheets. I don't need these sheets. I just need the tables that we have here. All right. By the way, guys, this is recorded, and it's going to be uploaded in YouTube, hopefully within the maximum the coming couple of days. And you are going to receive the link in case you didn't get a note for something and you would like to see it again. With absolute pleasure. All right, so we are going to link to all of our tables, and we are going to click on load. So once you click here on load, it will start now loading and creating the relationship with your Excel. And once the data changes in your Excel, it will change here with a click of a refresh. Just one refresh, wherever the data is, it's coming from Excel, from Oracle, from SAP, from LinkedIn, wherever the data is, they are all going to come together, and they are all going to be refreshed with one click of a refresh. Okay, where is the data now? Here are the tables now. Okay, the stores, the products, the fact sales, the dates, and the customers. Okay, we can see them all here. Brilliant, excellent. So what we are going to see now, these are very important 3 bits here that we have. The first one here is called the model. Do you remember what I told you about the relationships? Product ID with the product ID, store ID with the store ID, customer with the customer ID. Do you remember this? This relationships will be done automatically for you. So it will figure out that we have here stores, or store 5, store 2, store 1, store 7, and then we have here store 1, store 2, store 3. Okay, so we have the link between them. We have here product 1, product 2, product 3, product 4. Here we sold product 7, product 2, product 3, product 1 again, product 7 again. All right, so it will figure that this is the relationship between them. So that is the best form of really artificial intelligence that's available, as if you have humans thinking with you now about the data. So it will create the relationships for all of them except dates. Dates will not be connected. You have to do it yourself, as I'm going to show you now. Okay, so let me show you what I mean. So if I go now to the model, check with me, please, guys. If I go now to the model, here is the model there. And what do we see here inside this model? I can see the products and the stores and the customers, and the relationships have been linked already. Customer ID with a customer ID. This one, store ID with a store ID, and this one is what? Product ID with a product ID. So all of them will be connected automatically. You have no idea how powerful this is, because in real projects, we do also provide a modeling solution, and we have a sister company for Radix Development called Radix Solutions. Jahan is going to send you an email about it, which is providing all business intelligence and artificial intelligence, cloud enablement, infrastructure modernization. It's a sister company of our Radix Development called Radix Solutions. So when we are providing Radix.Solutions is our, you can visit yourself. When we are providing the service, really, practically speaking, for some clients, I want to tell you that this step is the most daunting step for us. This is the step that takes hell of a lot of time from us, in order for us to make sure that the data is in a good format. They are now linkable. And the people in the courses and the people who are from PMP, they can tell you about their colleagues, etc. The trouble is in this stage. To make the data in a cleansed format so that they are linkable together, it is a very daunting task. So for you, that you can help us in this regard, this is really a blessing. Why the dates is not connected now as all the other primary? We call them primary, and this one is called the secondary table. So all the primaries now are linked except the dates table. Why? Why? Because the dates is the most confusing one, actually, because you might have a lot of dates in your sales. You can have the sales transaction, the invoice date, the collection date, the data shipping date. So we are not going to link dates. We will leave it to you. So we have here only one date, which is this date. So what you will do is that you are just going to link this one with this one. I'm just going to take it from here to here or here to there. And now we have the relationship. A lot of details here about what we call one-to-many and many-to-many relationships, many-to-many, one-to-one. A lot of these relationships, I'm not going to bother you about it now. Okay, lovely. Now, the first step is load the data in your Power BI. Second step, make sure that all the relationships are existing between the tables. And if you don't have these relationships, you are not going to be able to communicate and talk to each other, as you are going to see immediately now. Okay, and as I told you, this is the most daunting task in our business intelligence effort. Okay, second one, if I'm going to show you now, is something called the data. Data, and I need your full focus here, please. So this is the actual data that we have received, either from Excel, from Oracle, SAP, Dynamics, here, wherever the data is, you are going to see them. And some can come from Excel, some can come from other sources. All of them can come in the same pot. Okay, so we have here the customers. Here is the range of the customers. We have here the dates table. Here is the dates table there with all the items inside, all the columns. Here is the fact sales with all the columns. Here are the products here with all the columns inside it. And here are the stores with all the items here inside it as well. Okay, so we can see here the data. Now, focus. I will give you now an intro to what is DAX. And that is, as I told you, this is the difference between somebody who is just scratching the surface and somebody who can really fully utilize the benefit of business intelligence. And whatever you are doing in Excel, and way more can be fully automated. With a click of a button, you are done. And you are putting efforts every month, 7 days, 8 days until you finish this report, and then 3 days until you finish this report, and then 2 days. All of this click of a button done. So you are going to free your time for more value-adding activity, for the analytical part. If you think about it, guys, about 70 to 80% of your time is lost in some admin and crunching some numbers and punching some numbers in your Excel spreadsheets, unfortunately. So the time left, maybe more. So the time left for you for more value-adding activity is very limited, unfortunately.
Okay, so let me start introducing the DAX to you. As I told you, the DAX are set of functions that Microsoft start introducing into the Power Pivot and Power BI to facilitate a lot of things. A lot of things. Some of these functions are not available in Excel, and some of them are available in Excel. So the first DAX I'm going to talk about is something called related. Related. You will see it now. Once I talk about it, you will understand what related is doing, which will get you, I will write the definition of it here first. Will give you a related field from another house or another range. We call it range or we call it house. Range or house. Okay, so it will go and get you a related field, will get you a related field from another house. Okay, not clear at all? You will see it immediately now. All right, and I want to tell you that Excel does not have a function called related. There is nothing in Excel here called related. So as I told you, many of these DAX functions are unique. They don't exist inside of Excel at all. You don't have them inside of Excel. So just to show you this one here. So if I come to you and equal to related here, it will get you related, open bracket, then it will give you name error. I'm sorry, sir, I don't know the name of this function. What do you mean by related? It doesn't exist in Excel even. All right, it does not exist in Excel at all. Okay, cool, come back. But we have it as part of the Power Pivot and the Power BI. Open eyes wide with me, please, guys. What is the meaning of related? Okay, focus. If you guys remember, the quantity that we have there, this column of the quantity is the units sold. So if you want to get the sales in ringgit amount, you want to multiply the units times the price to get you the sales value. Okay, where is the price hiding? The price is hiding where? In the products range. So if I go now to the products range here, we have the price here hiding. So for example, product 1 is 20, product 2 is 0.70, product 3 is 2.1, etc., etc. So these are the different prices for these products. So here in the fact sales, where we have what, how many transactions? 108,000 transactions. Very easy for you to reach millions of rows and columns. So the Securities Commission, for example, okay, a lot of people coming from the Securities Commission in this webinar. How many thousands and hundreds of thousands that you add on a daily or weekly or monthly or quarterly basis? A lot. So you can reach millions of data. And Power BI can handle millions of millions, 600 million, 700 million rows, absolutely fine for the Power BI. Okay. Now, I want to go and get the related price to multiply times the quantity. For example, this is product 23. As you can see, the first transaction, product 23. Where is product 23? And how much is the price of the product 23? So if you check here, guys, product 23, for example, product 23, the price is 5. So that is the related, check the language, This is the related price of this transaction. And what is the relationship between me and the product ID? So what will happen, as you are going to see it now, what will happen in the Power BI mind, you want to go and fetch the related price. The related price is hiding in the products range. So what is the relation between me and the product view, the product ID? So it will go now, product 23. Okay, go quickly, please, to the products range and get me the products number 23 and get me the related price for this product, which is 5, and put it for me here. Okay, that's exactly what you're going to be doing. So you want to add another column now, and a new column. So simply we can go here, new column, or right click here, new column. Or you can simply click here and you can say what, new column here in the table tools now. You can put here new column. Okay, here we go. So I get here a new column. What do you want to call this new column, for example? I want to call this new column sales. Sales, not quantity, sales. Okay, which is equal to related. And as you can see, related is a DAX. If you are using a function inside the Power Pivot or Power BI, it's immediately what? A DAX function. In Excel, as I showed you just now, we don't have a function called related. It gives you a name error there. So what do you need? The related what? Product price. So I click here, products, just start typing pro, then it will tell you. Do you want the related category, related name, related ID, related size, or related price? I want the related price. You can double click on it, or you can just click tab and close the bracket. Okay. If I just click enter here, what will happen? It will get you for the full 108,000 transactions. What is the related price of this particular row that we have. So product 23, what's the rated price? 5. Product 43, what's the rated price? 3.5. Product 62, what's the rated price? 3.35. You understand me, guys? I don't need the price only. I want the price to be multiplied times the quantity. So I'm going to say time. Just start typing the name of the table, fact sales. You want the fact sales ID or date or ID or quantity? I need a quantity. So it says multiply this column times this column. When I press here and enter, so all of these numbers will be multiplied times each other. So what is this column now showing you? What is this column showing you, guys? This is showing you what now? The ringgit amount. So that is the quantity times the price, the quantity times the price, the quantity times the price for all of these different transactions that we have. So just playing around with this one here for this column. If you would like here this column to have the 0 decimal and 1000 separator, you can simply come here and remove the decimals, 0 decimal, for example, here. Then you are going to remove the decimal in this column. Okay, lovely, lovely, lovely. So that's just some formatting. Another one. For example, this is talking about what? The date. What if I need to know, and I put an identifier, what is the year in which this transaction took place? This is not a year. This is what here? This is the full date. How can you extract the year number? We have beautiful 3 DAX functions which exist in Excel. Equals day, equals month, and equal year. All right? So equal year of a date will get you what is the year number of this date. So let me try it for you. Open your eyes wide, please. Let's add here another column. So right click or go to the table tool and say new column. All right? So we have here a new column. Let's say that I want this column to be what, guys? The year. In which you say what is the year number of the fact sales date? So what is the year of this date? So this transaction happened in 2 years, 2011 and 2012. We have only 2 years in this example. So if I open this, you have only 2 years, 2011 and 2012. So it will tell you an identifier for 2011 or 2012. So in your model, if you want to filter all of your data for only 2011, no, only 2012, no. You understand me, guys? Switch here. What about the month? Let's have another column, for example. Okay, and then I can get this one column, and I want to call it what? Month, which is equal to what's the month number of the fact sales date, which is this one. Close the bracket, and you press here and enter. So that's going to get us the month number of this column. That's month number 1, which is January. Then you have month number 2, month number 3, month 11, month October, etc., etc. So if you want which month in which year, we can have a selection of which month, we can have a selection of which year. So the model will become automated now, and so on and so on. I don't want to bother you now with the DAX functions because it will confuse you, and it will take us from the purpose of this webinar to open the whole idea. So the DAX are functions that are heavily utilized by the professional modelers in order for them to fully do whatever you do in Excel and way more, to automate way more what you're doing fully inside the Power BI. Year to date, quarter to date, months, last year, 5 years ago, year on year, get me the variance of the budgeted amount, get me compare this one to this, blah, blah, blah. Whatever you want, the DAX is going to solve it for you. Whatever. Do you believe me, guys, when I tell you that there is a book called DAX? A book called DAX functions. All right, so that's a very heavy topic. So any training program or anything that's not predominantly talk about DAX, you are scratching the surface. You're just going to see some fancy visuals, but no substantial benefit that you're getting it out of it. So in our course, we talk about 64 different DAX functions. 64 different DAX functions we talk about in our training program. Okay, now the big guy now. The report. How do you want the report to look like now? All right. How do you want the report to look like? The report can have different pages, page 1, page 2, page 3. You can add many pages. And as you can see, it's not a spreadsheet. It's not rows and columns and values in between. We call it the canvas. Just like an artist who is drawing, okay, on a canvas, that's exactly, we call it also the canvas, in which what do you want to put here, what do you want to put here, what do you want to put here, etc., etc. Okay, let me start. Okay, so we have here, for example, let me start with the first one, which is a column chart. Column chart. Once you click on it, check what will happen. Just click on it. Oh, once you click on it, it will immediately show it to you in the canvas. Where do you want to position it? Here, 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 here. It's up to you. All of this girly stuff that you can do. You want to make it bigger, smaller, wider, thinner, etc. All what you can, what you want to do inside of your visual. We don't call them charts. We call them visual. Okay. Now let's fill them up. What is the axis that you want to put inside of this one here? Let me put the following. So I would like to get the marital status, which is in the customers. You can get here the marital status, or by the way, you can search for it. So if I write here marital, here it is, marital status, put it here as an axis. Okay. What else you want to get? I want to get, for example, here the kids. I'll put it below the marital status. You'll understand why now. And then I need to get, for example, the parking, which is coming from the stores. Let's put it here. So I have the marital status, the kids, and the parking, for example, in this list. Okay. What is the values that you'd like to get? Let me put here the sales. If you remember, we have added a new column here called sales. Where is this one? In the fact sales. So if I open the fact sales now, as you can see, we have a new column called sales, a new column called year, a new column called month. You see, guys, huh? Okay. So we have a column here called sales, the one that we have created ourselves. It's not in the original data. It's a column that we have inserted with the help of the DAX. So if I put the sales here as values, okay, boom, we have the first visual. Okay. A couple of discussion about this, the girly side of it now, the coloring and how you want to put it, etc. The girly stuff that you want to put here is in this one here, which is called format. This section here called format. This is everything that has to do with the color, the background color. Oh, I cannot see this font. What is that one? I cannot see the title. Put it in the middle, put it on the left, on the right. So if you go to the format here, everything girly that you want to put inside of your visual, you can find it here inside the format. So for example, x-axis. Do you want to remove the x completely, or no, I need to have the x-axis? Okay, I have the x-axis. Now inside the x-axis here, do you want to have the color? This color? No, I want this color, please. What about the text size? Because I cannot read it here. Okay, let's increase the text size, please. So increase the text size. You see, guys? You see? We're increasing the text size. So the text size here can also increase. Oh, the font. I don't like this font. I want to be this font. The font will be changed as well. Everything that has to do with the girly stuff, you can put it here. All right, X, Y axis, also remove it or put it on. Open this one here. What do you want to put? Where do you want to put? On the left, on the right? No, put it in the left. No, put it in the right. Also, what color? No, I want to be it in this color, please. What is the font size? So increase the font size here. All right, etc. What else? Some other girly stuff that you can do here as well. The data colors. You can say the data colors, I can put them differently for each and every one. All right, each and every one. Or you can say for all of them, I want it to be in a different color, for example, for all of them, or different one for different items that you have there. Okay, another one, data label, also very useful. If I put the data label on, as you can see, it puts you the data label. But I cannot read the numbers. Don't ask this question again. Open this one here. Let's get here what's the color they would like used, maybe the black color, and display units. Do you want to see it in thousands, in millions, in billions, in trillions? And what decimal numbers you would like to see? I want to see 0 decimals, for example. Do you want to put it where? Horizontal or vertical? Like you want to put it vertical like this or horizontal like this? Okay, put it horizontal. Where? Inside, in the center, for example, here. And the text size, for example, would like to increase. Anything that is girly, you can put it here for us, as I'm going to, as I showed you now here. So I don't want to put it in millions, for example. So display units, I want to put it here in thousands, for example. Okay. So that is the numbers that we show now here, and so on and so on and so on and so on. So if you would like, for example, plot area, what do you want to put in the plot area? You can add an image in the plot area. So if you go there in your pictures, for example, and you add any crap picture, that's scrap me. All right, so you can put it here. How transparent you want it to be. So I want it very, very transparent so that it does not interfere with. You understand? No, I don't need this image, just delete it. I want a title. Or what is the title you want to put? You would like to change it. If you would like to change it, what's the font color? Where are you going to position it? In the middle? Increase the text size or decrease the text size? All right? And so on, and so on, and so on, and so on. Okay, so that is something that you are going to discover it yourself. Background, I would like to have the background color in light gray color, something like this. Or no, I don't want any background color, for example. Borders, also something very nice. I want the borders to be in this color, for example. with this radius. So as you can see, you will see that the visual has a radius around it with a border color. For it. That's why I call it girly. Men are very bad in this stuff, so I always call it girly stuff. The girls are very good in the decorating your visuals, how you put them in different colors, different shapes, etc., etc. Now, back to the important stuff, please. Now, if you remember, I put here 3 axes for you. I put the marital status, kids, and parking. But we can see only what here? The marital status. Married, single, and divorced. So what is this, what we call hierarchy? Open eyes wide with me, please, guys. If we are together now here, there is something very powerful here called drill in. The drill in mode. If I put this drill in mode, you want to drill inside the data. Drill inside the data now here. So when your manager is seeing this and he sees, oh, the married is very high. Why? I want to know the married having kids or the married having no kids that mostly come to us, to our stores. When you click on it, the 2460, when I click on it, oh, so it looks like mostly the married having kids come to us, for example. You see me? That's the drill in. Oh, the married having kids. I want to know, do they mostly go to the stores having parking or no parking? Parking or no parking? When you click on it again, it will tell you, the married having kids looks like it's equal between the parking and no parking. So the parking doesn't make any difference. Okay, let's go up again. So if you go up again, go up again. Are there other ones other than the this way of drilling in by clicking? Yes. There are 3 ways actually to drill in. The second one is called what? The next level of the hierarchy. And what do you mean by the next level of the hierarchy? Do you remember, guys, when I just click, the 2460 is divided between 16 and 835. So that is the division of what? Of the married only. Right? Focus, please. That's the division of the married only. But when I say next level of the hierarchy, it will mean what? Whether you are married, whether you are single, whether you are divorced, how much go to kids or no kids, how much having kids or no kids, for example. So when I click next level of the hierarchy here, check with me, please, guys. You see, this is not for the married only. You see, the married is what? The married is 2460. But when you go next level of the hierarchy, this is 27 million and 1.5 million. So that's for all of them. As if you ignored about this marital status. You went. Okay, let's go to the next level of the hierarchy again. So it will tell you whether you are married, single, divorced, whether you have kids or no kids, how much of our sales in parking, how much in no parking. You understand me, guys? Huh? All right, so that is what the next level of the hierarchy that we are talking about here. Don't tell me that this is useful, this is not useful. It depends on what your manager would like to see. All right, let's go up again. Another way for you to see the drill in is what we call what? Expand, expand, expand. If I click on expand here, this is self-explanatory now. Explain this to me. Married, having kids. Married, having no kids. Divorce, having kids. It's saying like that. All right, expand more. So married, having kids, stores parking. Married, having no kids, stores no parking, and so on and so forth. You understand me, guys? Huh? Again, don't tell me this is useful, this is not useful. It depends what your manager would like to see. Okay, forget it. Forget it that Excel can do something like this for you. Excel cannot drill in and drill up again. All right, excellent. Let's see for the first time now, guys, having another visual. And a lot of details that you can put here. For example, if you put the focus mode, let's get the focus mode back to the report. There is another thing here that's called analytics that exists in some of the visuals. If I go to this analytics, I'm not going to talk about it a lot. So you want to put a constant line, minimum line, average line. So if I want to put an average line, for example, and add, so that is the average sales value between the married, single, and divorced. What's the average level here for us? And of course, all the other girly stuff that you'd like to put here. What's the color? What is the transparency of the line? Or do you want a dashed or solid line? Do you want it to be very transparent and vague, or you want it to be very solid line? Do you want to put it in the front, in the back, in the behind? You want to put the data label there? Yes. So it will put you the number, etc., 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 etc. Okay, cool. So all of this are available for us as part of the analytics. Not every visual has analytics. Some of the visuals don't have analytics at all. Okay, lovely. So I can put the drill in mode off now. Now, if I would like to add another visual, for example, okay, I want to take this analytics of the picture now, if you don't mind. Okay, so if I take the average line, I cross it. Okay, so no analytics. Now, if you would like to add another visual, you have to click on the canvas first, then add any other visual. Why? Because if you are inside the visual, my dear friend, okay, if you are inside the visual and you click on anyone, if I click on this pie chart, for example, this one will convert into a pie chart. Control Z, undo. All right, so you have to click on the canvas itself before you add any visual. So if I add this pie chart, for example, here is another visual added. So if I come to this pie chart, for example, what do you want to put in this pie chart? Let's say, for example, that I want to put the following. Let's say I want to put, for example, for this visual, what? Let's say education, for example, put it as a legend. And what is the values? I want to put here the sales, for example. So put for me the sales as what? As a value. And you can also have a hierarchy. So if I can put, for example, self checkout, I can put it here as a hierarchy here as well. Once I have a hierarchy, you will see these options of the drill in available. If I have only one, you will not see it because there is no drill in available for you here. So once I add a self checkout, for example, then it's going to see the availability of it. And again, don't tell me I cannot read this. I told you, run straight to the girly, please, and you will find all the details there. So if I come there, for example, here, you want to put the legend or no legend, put this or don't put it. Where do you want to put the position, the data colors, change the data colors, the details. Now, what do you want to see? Do you want to put the data value? How much is the data value? No. Percentage of the total? No. I want to put the category and the value? No. I want to put the category, the percentage, and the everything, whatever, or all details, for example, together, etc. Reporting tool done for the sake of reporting. Okay, carry on with me, please, guys. And then, of course, this one, if you cannot see them, you can increase the text size as I told you before. Okay, now, can we have drill in here, Hamid? Of course, you can have the drill in. Once you put the drill in mode on, for example, if I click on the high school, so what does it mean, guys? Looks like the high school mostly go to the stores that have what? Self-checkout. Okay, or what about the graduate? It goes equal. What about this one? It goes to this one, etc., etc. Okay, so that's the drill in, and you can have many layers in this drill in as your manager wish or you wish to have. Okay, all right, and also you can have the expand and the next level of the hierarchy. So that's the next level of the hierarchy, whether this or this or this. How much of you go there? Expand means what? Expand means everything. High school, self checkout. High school, not self checkout. High school, whatever. Okay, now. If, as I told you before, if the drill in mode is on, like this, if the drill in mode is on and you click on the married, it's going to drill in. We know this already, all right? We know this already. If you drill in mode and you click on the married, it will drill in. But what if the drill in mode is off? Open your eyes wide with me, please, guys. If the drill in mode is off and you click on the married, check what will happen. Check. Oh. What will happen now? The cross-filtering that I was talking to you about. What do you mean by the cross-filtering? The whole dashboard will be talking about the married. The whole dashboard will be talking about the married. So what do you mean by this married here now? So that's the high school married, the undergrad married, the grad married. No, single. No, grad, and so on. Or the other way around. If I click on this high school, check what happened, you guys. Check. The whole dashboard is talking about the high school. So that's the married high school, single high school, divorce high school, etc. All right, perfect, excellent. No, I want the undergrad. No, I want the grad, etc. You understand me, guys? This cross filtering, forget it that you have something like this in Excel. Excel is very poor in having this cross filtering done. Okay, lovely. Let's have a third one. Let's say, for example, we would like to have a map. Of course, you need to have internet connection because it will connect with your Google Maps. It's actually the ping max that it's connecting to now. So once I have here a map, all right, it needs anything that exactly Google Maps can read. For example, Google Map can read a country, a city, a district, a street even, or coordinates, the latitude and the longitude. Okay, so if you remember in our data here, we have in the stores, if you remember, we have the states and we have the city. Okay, we have the state and we have the city. So if I come here and I put the location here as, for example, the city. If I put the city, check, guys, what will happen once I put this one as a location. Check. It will automatically find out where these cities in the global map, and boom, it will show them to you. Say, not even this, but we can also determine the size of the circle. For example, some of the nice stuff that you can put here is the size of the circle. I can determine the size of the circle by the sales. All right. If I'm going fast, guys, I just want to give you as much as possible, and you can replay the video afterwards. So if I put the sales, for example, as the size, check what will happen here. Oh. So this is the concentration of our sales, for example. And the cross-filtering still working. So if I click on the married, it will tell you where are the married mostly concentrated. No, the single. Where is the single mostly concentrated? Divorce. Oh, no, where they are. Okay, what about the high school? What about the undergrad? What about the grad? Super nice. Okay, perfect. Let me give you a couple more, please. A couple of more visuals, please. Okay, all right. As time permits, I'm going to give you, we are going to leave the last half an hour for questions and answers. Okay, so let me add a couple of them as well. So, for example, I would like to add a slicer for which year this data, because this is all of our data. So I can add a slicer. Here is a slicer here. So you need to click on the canvas first, then click on the slicer. What do you want the slicer here to be? I want the slicer here to be the year. Okay. So if I put this year here as a field, okay, check with me, please, guys. We have different options here. You can have the option of having a list. Okay, list like this. I cannot see it. Don't ask this question again. Go to the girly and go and increase the size, for example, the text size, etc., in order for you to increase the text size of the of these items. List or drop down. What do you mean by drop down? Drop down, then you are going to select. Or you can have another option that you can have there, which is between. So you are saying, I want all the sales between 2014 and 2019. How much is all the sales there? Or you can say less than. I want all the sales from 2017 backward. Or you can say, for example, greater than. I want all the sales from 2015 onward. Okay? The one that we like a lot in the market is the list first as a starting point, but I don't love this shape 100%. The shape that I love there is beautiful. Only for the list you can do this. Go straight to the girly, general, orientation, what? Horizontal. Oh, that's lovely. And if you squeeze it a little bit, check with me. Check. That's nice. That's cute. You see, guys, huh? All right. So I have now 2011, 2012. If I click on 2011, so that's the picture of 2011. Click on 2012. This is the picture of 2012. This is nice. Another one. Let's have a slicer for the month, for example. If I click on the slicer for the month, and I put this one here as month, and I get this month here as a field, for example. So what is the one that we like? Select here list, come to the girly, and do general orientation horizontal. Okay? So you are going to see all the different months that you have. So what if I need 2012 April? No. 2012 7. You see the cross filtering? Very, very, very powerful in our life here, the cross filtering. No, I need March. No, I need December. No, I need 2011, actually, April. Okay? And so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. Okay? Lovely. Let me talk about another one that is extremely analytical. And management, once they see it, they become addicted to it, really, which is called what, guys? It's called the waterfall chart. This waterfall chart is really, really, really amazing. And once your management see it, they want to see it for everything. Okay, let me explain to you what I mean. So if I have the sales here of 2011 and I have the sales here of 2012, for example, we have 2 years here. We are talking here about the difference. Why we have a difference between 2011 and 2012? Is this difference, for example, because of the married or the single or the divorce? So it looks like the married increased a lot in 2012 compared to 2011. That's why we have a big spike. And then the divorce a little bit less, and the single way less, for example. No. I want to see it by the parking versus no parking. So please tell us, is it the parking or no parking that resulted in this increase? So we say, for example, this increase is because of the parking or no parking, for example. No. we would like to see, for example, because of which state. So which state resulted in this increase, or which salesman resulted in this increase? Think about it, guys. If your manager sees something doing very well, he will ask you why. Attribute this to me. Give me the reason. So in the investment world, there is a big field called attribution analysis. What do you mean by attribution analysis? If the performance of this portfolio increased sharply, which industry resulted in this increase? No. Which asset class resulted in? Is it the money market? Is it the real estate? Which country resulted in this? Is it our investment in Malaysia or Singapore or Indonesia or Brunei? Which salesman resulted in? Is it this salesman that resulted, or this or this or that? So if the performance is so good, we need to know why. If the performance is so bad, we need to know why. All right? So management is addicted to waterfall charts once they see it. Okay? So if I show you how we can do something like this, I need your attention, please. I need your attention, please. Open eyes wide with me, please, guys. Here is the waterfall chart. Okay? There are a couple of steps for us to get the waterfall chart, but very straightforward. Okay? Here we go. What do you want to put here as our category, and then the values, and then the breakdown? What do you want to break it down with? So let's say that we would like to have the category by our year. So if I take the year here as our category, for example, all right, and I want to put here, for example, the values as our sales. If I put the sales here as our values, so it tells you that we have 2 years, 2011 and 2012. I don't see them. Don't ask this question again. Go there, for example, and then increase the font, and you are going to see that the font size is going to increase for you, for example. Okay. Another point. I don't want this order. I want it to be in an ascending order by years. All right. I want to see 2011 first, then 2012. How can I do this ascending and descending? From these more options, dots, click on it. So you want to ascend, ascending or descending. We want it ascending from the smallest to the highest. By what? Sort by what? Not by sales, by year. So I want it ascending by what? By year. 2 steps. You want it from the smallest to the highest. By what? By the sales or by the year? By the year. All right. So you are saying sort ascending by year. Okay, cool. Now, until now, we didn't see anything new. I mean, you have the 2011, you have 2012. Now, what about here? What about, click on it again. What about the breakdown? Let's have the breakdown as our marital status, for example. So when I get this marital status here as a breakdown, check with me, please, guys. Explain this to us, please. What does it say? From 2011 to 2012, most of the increase from this year to this year is because of our sales to the single. And then less to married and very little to the divorce. Hey, damn it, who was responsible for the divorce sale? Mister, you are fired. So we want to see this increase or decrease because of which category? No. I don't want it because of the marital status. I want it to be because of, let's have another one. Let's say, for example, what the parking versus no parking. So let's have the breakdown by the parking. So it will tell you most of the increase is happening because of the no parking, less because of the parking. But the difference is not that massive. Let's put something that has a lot of categories, like, for example, the state. If you remember, my friends, we have a lot of states in our example. We have 15 different states, all right? It will automatically show you the top 5, and then all of the rest will be grouped inside the others here. So how can you do? How can you explain this? Colorado is the big state, followed by Ohio, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, New Jersey. If you want to open the others, there is special girly for this one called breakdown. There is a special girly here called breakdown, which you can have maximum breakdown 5. No. Make it 6. Make it 7. Make it 8. Make it 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And you cannot exceed what, guys? You cannot exceed 15 because you have 15 stores. You cannot go more than 15. How can you read this one for us? 2012 sales are higher than 2011. Most of the increase happened because of Colorado, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. The opposite now is what? What happened to Georgia, Connecticut, Arizona, and California? What happened to these states? Actually, the sales in 2012 for these states dropped compared to 2011. All right. So what is happening now here, guys? You want to fire these people that did a very bad job, because if we didn't have this drop, our sales 2012 would have been here around this level here. But because of this drop, we have this drop here because of these states, for example. You see the insights. Why do we have the increase? Why do we have the decrease? And if you think about it, this is all what your management is doing. If we see something great, let's push in it. If we see something very bad, let's tackle it. Let's find solutions for them. Okay, that's exactly what your management is doing day in, day out. So they are in like forever. They will be loving what you are doing here if you are going to show them something like this. Okay, so if you are going to for example, also get this one inside our bigger one, all right? And we can squeeze it in here, for example, if I want to bring it, to see the cross-filtering that we can do there as well. Control X, cut it, and I can come in page one and Control V, paste it, okay? So if I come here and I squeeze it a little bit here, okay? I want to show you how really beautiful the cross-filtering now here. So this is for everything. What about married? What about single? What about divorced? No. What about the high school? What about the grad? What about the undergrad? You see what's happening, guys? You see what's happening? So it will tell you the difference between 2011, 2012 for the married only in different states. So if I get this one married, for example, explain this to me, please. It will tell you that most of the increase in 2012 to 2011 for the married only happened in Ohio. And then California, and then the worst was in Texas, for example. What about the high school, for example, here? What about the high school? Looks like most of the increase happened in Michigan, but a lot of high school sales went down. Do you understand me, guys? I want to tell you that we can answer here at least 200, 300 questions because of the permutations that you have there. Because all of this, I wanted in March, for example. In March. So explain this to me. Or June. No, make it in August. So how can I explain this to me? August 2011 compared to August 2012 high school. Only now I can define to you business intelligence, by the way. Your management, when they are asking a question, they want to find it straight in front of their eyes. Imagine, my dear friends, that there is a book called Google. Yes, a big book like this called Google. Everything is inside. But go and find it now, my dear. Go and find it now. Go and find it. Right? That's absolutely ridiculous, of course, for you to go and find Google, something like this. Google is useful because you search, you find. So imagine now that your manager is in a meeting in Singapore or Hong Kong, and he is in front of a client or a supplier, or he's in front of his salesman, his general manager, etc., etc. Whatever I want to see it in front of my eyes straight, and I make decisions straight. I don't want to call you and you say to him, I am sorry, sir, it will take me 2 hours to finish. I will come back to you and say, okay, damn it, I don't need it. Just sleep. And then you will give him the report by the end of the month, and he will be eating sushi while you are presenting there. And then after the sushi and the meeting, he will not use your damn one. Okay, because he wants to make a decision on the spot. I'm seeing the supplier, I'm looking there, listen, we have given you that much discount over the past, we need more discount, or the customer, the government entity. You understand? That is business intelligence. Because when you have this kind of info from your data, you are going to make intelligent decisions based on this data now that became integrated. You see the huge importance of integrating the data. You can mix between all the different elements of your company. I want the sales for this client by this supplier, or this month, for this year, for this particular product type in this region, by this in the store type. You can mix all the different data types together because of this powerful, very powerful integration that we have done inside the data, added to the very powerful DAX that you are going to add there. Like we talked here about 3 DAX only, related year a month. We talk about 64 different DAX functions, and etc., etc., etc. So your management are going to make intelligent decisions from now on, and these intelligent decisions are going to be possible only when you are offering them this kind of solutions for your management. Do you understand me, guys? Huh? All right. So this is in exactly an hour and a half or 5 minutes less. What is Power BI about? What is that business intelligence? So I am sure that you had now this eagerness. You have to follow. There are a lot of books about this topic. There are tons of YouTube videos about this one. There are definitely training programs, and that's what we are providing to the market. We will never provide a training program in Radix development unless it is top-notch, globally speaking, and needed by the market. We are not going to provide like a training program just to say that I went to a training for some hours. That's not us. A lot of other training providers can provide this kind of training. So every training that we are going to provide now and in the future are needed, skills that are needed in the market, and we provide it at the best value for money as well, compared to competitors. I'm not saying the cheapest, I'm saying the best value for money that you are going to get. Our programs, as our delegate said, like I have been training for 22 years now. In 22 years of my experience, alhamdulillah, until this second, there is no single client that said that this is not worthy, I don't need it, and so on. And I always say this to Zairo and Jahan, but they are afraid to say it to the clients, that tell them if there is a single client, a single person in a training program that is not happy with the training, the full money of the training is waived. The full money, and this can be put in a contract. Alhamdulillah, it never happened even once over the past 22 years. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Anyway, so there are ways for you to improve on from here. There are ways that are available for you. The worst scenario is not to improve or to stop there. This is the worst. You have books, you have YouTube, you have training programs, you name it. All right. So depending on your style, some people love to read books. Go ahead. Some people love to see videos. Go ahead. Some people love to attend training programs. Go ahead. All right, guys. But don't stop there. We have done our part, that we have the kickstart now. Oh yeah, definitely. This is a 5 days very intensive program. Imagine 5 days very intensive program like this. I'm a fast trainer. Like I train a lot and I give a lot in my programs. But we will never pass a point until it's all applied and understood fully and related to your company, and you have a finished solution with your hand. And that's how I examine you, by the way. There is no formal exam, true and false, and multiple choice in all my training programs. I'm not convinced that this is how you are going to get the knowledge. It's all by case studies. Show me that your data of your company, you have applied it in Power BI model. So inside the Power BI, inside the course, you are going to finish the case study for your company, and that's how we are going to see that you are going to apply it going forward. Okay, all right. So please do not stop there. This is for your future, and that's not what I'm saying. Always remember this chart, please. Always remember this chart, that this is the #1 sought after job position by the year 2022. And that's not what Hamid is saying. This is the World Economic Forum that this is saying. Data analytics and visualization is the most sought after job by the year 2022. And it is happening already. Search in Google, search for job positions asking for Power BI or in general business intelligence knowledge, and you'll be surprised. Accountant with business intelligence knowledge. Auditors with the marketing, HR, operations, general manager, CFO. Why? Because we know if you know this stuff, we are going to save a hell of a lot of money, because we don't have to employ 40, 50 people in our accounting department to finish all the reports. You can do the work for 7, 8, 9 people, and we are ready to pay you a lot of money in return. So it's a huge addition to your CV going forward, having business intelligence knowledge and application as part of your package when you are applying for a job, or you are asking your company for a raise, or that is huge improvement required immediately, not in a coming couple of years. You think about it, it's already by the year 2022 is the top. So it's accelerating massively, globally speaking. All right, guys. So it's exactly 1.5 hours now, and I'm going to open the stage for questions. So what I will need from you guys is the questions. I'm going to open the stage for questions now and answers. So I will open the enable the chat. Yes. So I think that you have an option. I'm not an expert in this, but there is an option that you can write questions. So tell me, please, if you're not sure where you can add questions, and we can ask Zairo for help. He's a master of this. Yes, Noor Amiruddin. She says hi. So yes, you can chat. So start writing your questions now, as much as possible. Over this coming half an hour, I will be answering these questions as much as possible within this coming half an hour. All right, guys. So start writing your questions, please, if you have any questions. So Noor, say hi. I will say hi back. Okay. Hi. Okay. So tell me if there are any questions in your mind. We can answer any question with pleasure. So until we see any questions coming, I want to add just a couple of last points. There is another layer. We have the first question. Okay. Hi, I receive a PDF from IT for every single day. Okay. If you cannot read the chat, guys, I'm reading it loud for you. I receive a PDF from IT for every single day, where column is category, i.e. sales, person one, and row is by total sales. Profit is here. How do I transform this to usable data by date? Okay. Very, very, very great question. I'm not going to elaborate so much on it, but there is an option called unpivot. Unpivot. And where is unpivot? This is a big story as well. There is something that we talk about called what? Power query. Power query. Of course, I'm not going to touch on it here, but Power query, which you can access it from inside the Power Pivot here, something called transform data. Transform data. And then under the transform here, there is an option, small option here called unpivot. Unpivot. So try this unpivot, please, and it will answer your question. And once you are done, just come here and say close and apply, so the data is going to be clean for you. I know it's not the full answer, because Power Query is a big story. And by the end of the year, actually, I am going to introduce a new course in advanced Power BI using the coding. So we are talking about the M language and the R. So I'm going to talk a lot in the advanced course about this one. But also in this one, we are going to in the lower level. So yeah, it's unpivot. It's a big story. So excuse me for this if the time will not be available for me to answer this one. Maybe if you need, please contact Jahan, and then maybe I can help you when we have more time one-to-one. Noor Farah Ain Abdullah. Hi Hamid, how would Power BI can add value to financial modeling? Okay, very good question. Now, I want you to understand, guys, what business intelligence does and business intelligence does not. Okay, so if you have a valuation model, for example, let's say valuation model, you are valuing a certain company, let's say. So you have this number plus this number minus this number divided by this number to get you what? The value at the end. Okay? This is exactly where Excel is needed, and this is exactly where Excel is going to come back. So Excel is going to come back to this particular requirement exactly, which is the financial modeling. So financial modeling is not reporting. Do you understand? The business intelligence here doesn't have cells. Let me explain this to you. So we cannot come here, for example, we cannot come here in our, where is the share now? Because I stopped the sharing. Share. Okay, can you see now? So in the data that we have here, guys, this data here, as you can see, we don't have cells. There is no cell D5, S15, N59. So you don't have cells here. You cannot say this cell plus this cell minus this cell divided by this cell will get you the value. No, that is Excel, which is the data manipulation. You need Excel for financial modeling. This is for databases, reporting, and how you report accordingly. Having said so, as a result of your financial modeling, you are building databases. This is where business intelligence is going to be helping you on. Yeah? All right. I hope it's clear. If it's not clear, ask a question again, please. Okay, another question we have: what is your favorite data source when you are analyzing in Power BI? It depends on your stage in business intelligence. When you are a starter in Power BI, definitely as a starter, your data source will be Excel. As a starter, because you use Excel currently as your data warehouse. So you store your data inside of your Excel. which is very bad. And I can tell you, even this is my experience in Malaysia, even big, massive companies, they are still storing their data in Excel, which is a big shame. A big, big shame. I'm saying the word shame, because the data of big companies should never be stored in Excel. All right, for the security, for the data retrieval, for actually the capacity, because Excel can handle 1,046,000 rows only. So you have to subdivide the data now in sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. This is for January, this is for February. Very bad. So the more you progress, the more you are going to connect the data to the data warehouse itself. So where is the data warehouse? Can be Oracle, SAP, SQL, wherever the data warehouse, and you will keep it there. You are not going to load everything there, because it's in terabytes, maybe your data. So you will keep it where they are, and the Power BI is going to connect with it. All right. So that is something that we do, as I told you, in Radix Solutions. And we have 3 offices for Radix Solutions, as I mentioned. We have one in Dubai, one in Kuala Lumpur, in our office there in Kuala Lumpur. And that's our contact number in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. We have one in Dubai, and we have one in Toronto. We are providing this kind of service. So if you go now to the cloud enablement, this is how you can transform your company to the next level. How can you have everything in the cloud, and how you can modernize your infrastructure completely, to the extent that you don't have to buy laptops actually, and desktops and virtual. You can have virtual desktops and virtual laptops that are accessible with full capacity and full computational power, which will save your capex to 90%. We did a project recently to a company in Toronto, and the saving was 95% capex reduction. 95% capex reduction. So that all comes to your question about the data storage, data retrieval, etc., etc. Okay. Another question from Jamaya Rahman. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. May I know if there are any limitation of data in Power BI, like Excel only can process up to 1 million line? Very good question, Jamaya. So we are talking here about what in Excel, as I told you, 1,046,000 rows. That's all what we have inside of Excel. Inside the Power BI, it does not take, it's actually unlimited. It's actually unlimited number of rows. You can go to 120 million rows, 200 million rows. It's unlimited. It's actually by storage. So a Power BI can handle 60 gigabyte of data. 2 gigabyte of data can handle what? Like about 2,300 books in 2 gigabyte. Now 60 gigabytes, you can imagine the tremendous amount of data. You talk about terabytes, not the gigabytes that you can access it inside the Power BI. Why? Because you don't have to keep the data inside the Power BI. You can keep the data where they are, the massive data in Oracle, SAP, and just the Power BI can link to it. So what I showed you just now here inside the Power BI, that we have all of the data came inside the Power BI. You don't have to do like this when you are connecting to massive data. So you can keep them where they are, and you are just going to make connection between Power BI and the data source. Hope it is clear. All right. Hi, I think this tool is amazing. Thank you. This is from Athira Kilani. However, in my view, the bottom line is to have clean and detailed data. Correct me if I am wrong, but thanks anyway. 100% true. You know the concept of GIGO, garbage in, garbage out. What do you mean by this? Power BI is not going to help you in any way if your data firstly is wrong, like the quantity here was 1, no, it was 17, and somebody put here 1. That's not what data. There are organizations that do this data cleansing and make sure about the data accuracy for big massive companies, not for a small barber shop, for example. For big massive companies, they go and do the data auditing to make sure, statistically speaking, that the data is correct to very minimal errors, etc. So yes, garbage in, garbage out. However, what we can add as well is that not every data is linkable in the same way that we have added here. Customer ID. So when you go back to your company and try to do this, you will find the troubles that your data is not linkable. So just to give you a quick example, in our training company, for example, Radix Development. So imagine that we have a database about our courses. So we have what? Course 1, course 2, course 3, course 4. Course 1 is Power BI, number of days, it's in the financial industry or whatever, trainer, and so on. We have another one for our trainers that deal with us in Radix development. So we have trainer number 1, trainer 2, trainer 3, trainer 4, trainer. What's his name? What's his nationality? Which country? Which continent? Even his structure for the pay, etc. Then we have another one for our salesman. Salesman number 1, Mr. Jahan, the head of our sales. Number 2, number 3, what's his commission structure? Everything. Okay. Then we have another one for our what? Let's say, for example, our cities that we deal with. City number 1, Kuala Lumpur, number of population. City number 2, Jakarta, 3, 4, Brunei, Dar es Salaam, etc. And then we have, for example, our delegates that we deal with. So city number 1, delegate number 1, Nuruddin, delegate number 2, 3, what's his email, and then we have what? We have the sales. So on this day, delegate number 15 attended course number 9, which is offered by trainer number 2, sold to her by salesperson number 10, in city number 17, and everything now is interrelated. Now we can answer tons of questions. You can ask me now, hey Hamid, I want to know the sales of Power BI in Jakarta versus Malaysia this year compared to this year for this company in the city. Yes, Sami. All of this, I want to know the number of courses that were postponed, the number of courses in the city versus this city. This compared to the previous year. Now this data is linked together in this beautiful format because they are interrelated now for us. How can you have this interrelation? This is a big story, and this is where most of the delegates attending the course, they will suffer, and they will spend the night, actually not only during the working day. You will hate me in these 5 days to end up with this picture. But data inside is written wrong. This is not Power BI. Power BI will not be able to help you there at all, of course. Okay, lovely. Let's capture another couple of questions quickly. From Novrihansa, she's saying, hi, is there any other views to optimize the usage of Power BI apart from what you have been explained? If you mean by views the visuals, of course, the answer is yes. So if I show you now here, there are visuals that are here, which are already very powerful, and many of them I didn't talk about at all. Many of them are really very powerful. But having said so, there are tons of other visuals that you can import for free into your Power BI. So where you can get them, if I get here and say get more visuals, more options, and then get more visuals. So you need to be signed in to be able to do so. And here, tons of visuals are available for you. So all of this visuals, all of this, when you go down, more. Go down, more. Go down, more. Go down, more. You see, tons and tons of these visuals, and every month you will see them traveling. Like this one, they used a lot in airline. If you remember, who is this guy in Air Asia? I think he used this one in order for him to show the map of this Air Asia with the cross filtering and everything. All right, and they are divided into advanced analytics, visualizations, editor's picks, and filters and gauges, etc. So the answer is yes. If you want to see any one of them, like this one, play axis, very powerful. Like all the other visuals will be playing automatically without you pressing. Like you here, I pressed married, then single, then divorce. The whole visual will show married, then automatically will show the divorce, then automatically, for example. So how can I know them? If you go, my dear, immediately to YouTube, for example, play axis visual, all right, just type there and you will be surprised how massive this is. In YouTube, you can just search there. If I type there play axis visual Power BI, you will find tons and tons of videos talking about this one, and you can watch them. So as I'm telling you, there are sources for your knowledge to carry on. There are books, there are YouTube videos, and there are training programs. Whatever suits you, you have to start. Okay, that's the most important message that I want you to end up with. All right, Noviransa. Another one, let's take a couple quickly. Noor Amira Muhammad Zain. Hello. Compared to other platforms, do you think Power BI is easier for business user with no IT background? For example, we needed to join different table to create one dashboard. Okay. Absolutely 100% yes. Power BI is the most user-friendly, and that's the promise that Microsoft is always giving its clients, that we will make it the easiest, nothing easier than this for end users. Okay, of course, there are knowledge that you need to have. Okay, like you need to have the DAX, you need to have this. And once you know your way, like I asked the people to capture 4 of these custom visuals in front of my eyes in one of the sessions, for example. So you are going to, but you need to have the basics, the foundations. Then it's going to be very, very, very easy. And don't forget about this chart that I told you, that there are other as well. By far, the most user-friendly, the most comprehensive in terms of both direction as completeness of vision and ability to execute. This is your question. Ability to execute means what? How am I as a user able to use it? Is it really, does it need IT? I am not an IT person. My background is in accounting. My background is in finance. My background is in stock market. All right. Then I went to consultancy and training and so on. So that's not my background. And it's false to say that business intelligence is used by IT people. It's exactly like saying what to me? That our IT personnel in our company are those who are creating the Excel spreadsheets. Completely wrong. Completely wrong. You, as the finance person, you will create the Excel spreadsheets. The HR have their own spreadsheets. The marketing have their own spreadsheets. The IT cannot create the spreadsheets. That is exactly like saying that the IT are the people responsible for the Power BI. Completely wrong. Look worldwide. Most of the people using the Power BI are, number one, finance. Why? Because they are the holders of the big data of our company. The finance teams and the accounting teams, they are the number one because they have huge data, followed by HR and marketing and operations because they have massive data. Like you are saying IT, HR are very weak in terms of IT, for example. I just gave training in Oman only for the HR team, Power BI. Their full HR team is running over Power BI now. Their full team are running on top of Power BI in the HR. So it's 100% user friendly. I hope it answered your question. From Sayed Nabil, hi, can we have more than one table in Power Pivot? Of course. Of course. Like what we showed here, the product, stores, customers, sales, and dates. These are all different tables. If you mean from different sources, of course. We can get from Excel, we can get from PDF, we can get from this Oracle, SAP, Dynamics, Teradata, SQL, wherever the data is, you can bring it. Noor Amira Amiruddin. As far as I understand, this is web-based application. Is it secured for us to upload data in performing analysis using Power BI? All the uploaded data will be in a cloud. Is it? Very good question, Noor Amira. Listen to me, please, guys. What I showed you just now, this is called Power BI Desktop. This is completely off the cloud. This is in your own desktop. All right? When you want to share, there is another thing that you have to do. You need to publish this one to your area. And once you publish this one, all right, once you publish this, so let me call it this one, ABC example. All right? Once you publish this one to the cloud, from the cloud, you are going to share. From the cloud, you are going to share. But this itself is not in the cloud. So I'm going to share it now to my area, Hamid Behairy area in the cloud. And depending on your internet connection and how big the model is, it will take until you are there. Then once you are there, you are going to share it with your colleagues. I can share it with anyone. Success, you can say, open this one. This is now in the cloud. This is now in the internet. This is called Power BI service. I am now in the cloud. From here, you can take this ABC and example, and you can share it, for example. So if I go now to my workspace, and I go to my reports, these are the different reports that I had. So here is the ABC example. If I would like to share it, for example, I can come here and click here on share. All right. Then you can share it with your management, with whatever. So I can share it, for example, with Hamid Behairy at Radix Dev. Or you can share it with anyone that you want, and then you just say what share. Or you can share it with many people. Okay. So Let me continue answering your question because the answer is not complete now. Now, the data was in your desktop, but then you pushed it in the cloud so that you can share. Why? Because your management would like to access this one from anywhere around the world. So they go to the area that's called shared with me. So these are the people that shared with me some reports in the past. So, so if I open any one of them, here we go. I open this one so that somebody shared this one with me. I can start now presenting it, showing it, cross-filtering, etc., etc., etc. All right. So that is shared with me. So now, yes, it's in the cloud. Some jurisdictions say to their companies, we are not allowing you to put anything in the cloud at all, which is to an extent, it's up to the legal. You cannot complain now. But I am telling you that this is not trouble. Why not a trouble? Because Microsoft is the most secure platform in the world. If Microsoft falls down, everything in the world is falling. It's worse than a third world war, for example. Okay, because any number you put in Excel, somebody saw it immediately. All right. So having said so, as I told you, the legal structure required it. So Microsoft Power BI created a solution for you, which is something called Power BI Server. Instead of you publishing to the cloud, you will publish to the server, which is completely on premises for you. So, and from the server, you are going to share with your management. So in this case, you don't have to publish anything to the cloud at all. It's completely on premises, even though Microsoft is 100% secure. So long story short, you don't have to publish to the cloud if you have Power BI Server. It's a little bit more expensive to have the Power BI Server. It's about $4,900 per month. But for a big bank, big insurance that are not allowed to put anything on the cloud, it's very, very easy. It's like the salary of one of their employees, for example, or something. So they have the server as if I fire 2 employees and I got the server. It makes sense 100% if they don't want to go through the cloud. Hope it answered your question, Noor. Okay? Jamaya Rahman. If we update the data or add new rows, did we need to redesign our model? No, you just need to refresh. Just click refresh, it's done. Either in the Power BI desktop or the Power BI server. So in the Power BI server here, if you go there to the whatever you have, so this is the my workspace, for example. And then if you go to any one of them, my workspace. So if you go to any of the data sets that is coming from this one, you can say refresh now, or even what, my dear, schedule refresh. So you can say 6 o'clock in the morning every single day, refresh my data. So any new rows will be picked up automatically. You don't have to redesign anything. So you can, you know, by 6:05 in the morning, everything will be refreshed. Why? What if you are on a holiday, you are sick, you are so lazy and you don't want to click refresh? It will refresh automatically for you. Okay? Hope it answered your question. So another one. What happened if we don't have any relationship in our Excel spreadsheets? Yes, that is the trouble, my dear. From Ang Beng Kwan. If you don't have relationships, this data cannot be created. And there are ways of how to create and impose relationships in your data, which is, of course, not what we can do now. But your answer is 100% true. If you don't have relationships, connections, you cannot make the relationships. And there are conditions for these relationships. Has to be one-to-many. Every item in the second must be available in the primary, but not vice versa, etc., etc. So your answer is yes. Amirullah Khan bin Musa Khan. I think it's the last couple of questions. Hi again. If a data set is based on cumulative by date, is there a tool in Power BI to change the sum to get daily data? Yes. Yes, there are DAX that can do this. Amirullah Khan, my last question is, no problem, Amirullah, no problem. Is there any tool for data mining such as tree diagram modeling, support vector machine or logistic regression in Power BI? Thanks a lot. Yes, 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 100%. And there are visuals as well that can help you in this in terms of having something like a tree map. You have this series, for example, and you would like to divide it. The answer is yes. I just want to run quickly. Can Power BI run on Python? Link to Python? 100% yes. 100% Python and what we call the monkey language or M language, which is the coding side. That's in the Power Query, and Python is also working there, and the R. Python and R are part already of the Power BI solution. So if you see here, this one, here is Python Visual. You see? So Python can work with the Power BI. Last question. Noviransa, yeah, you asked, hi again. Considering the Power BI only accepting clean data, where our company data isn't quite structured and integrated. So is there any to speed up the conversion from system data to a clean data? The answer is yes, but it's not easy. This is exactly the artificial intelligence. I'm not sure if you have heard about the word artificial intelligence before. So artificial intelligence converts your structured, unstructured data into tables, and then we are going to work on top of it. That's exactly what we do inside the services here, which is the digital transformation, how to transform a company to be digital completely. So the artificial intelligence is there about exactly what you are talking about. This is called the data investigation now. And then how you are going to clean this data, structured and unstructured data, so that you can easily get into the full picture of the data. Okay, so the answer is yes, but it needs more work, not Power BI, artificial intelligence on top of it. Then the Power BI is going to start. Okay, all right. So with this one, I would like to thank you so much for attending our webinar. I hope you enjoyed these 2 hours. I hope it kick-started, it ignited your passion towards the topic. Please don't stop here. Take it further. I love you all. And any question that I didn't answer, I'm sorry because we ran out of the time. Please send it to Jahan. With pleasure, I will respond to you by email directly. If you need more help, I will even contact you by WhatsApp or telephone number, whatever, and I'll explain it to you fully. Thank you all. Love you. And God bless you. And we are going to stop the webinar now. All right. Thank you so much. God bless you. Bye-bye.